let's try this again. So I just got off a 12-hour shift. It's very brutal, very hot. It feels like a sauna. I could just be standing there and sweating. Good thing is, it's letting up for a few days. It's been in the 90s. It feels like every single day, but it's like been in the high 80s and 90s for a while. We're having a couple days, I think 4 days of not even 80-degree weather, which is absolutely amazing. And then we're going to go back into the mid-80s, which it's just nice to have a little bit of a break because it's been ruthless, especially with my job. And I'm thankful that I can go in the office and go in there and rest and take as many breaks as I need, considering how hot it is. They have no problem with that. So, I was thinking about AI. And if it is true that the internet is forever, whatever we put up there is going to be on the internet forever. That tells me that AI is probably going to have access to whatever I've done, whether it's messages I put up, messages I sent to people. Probably even like dating sites that I've used and I stopped using, even if I deleted it. I wonder if it's gonna have access to that. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe if stuff is deleted and banned, it is, like some of my social media is banned. It might be gone forever. I don't know. So I would think that AI would have access to all that, and I think that you'd probably be able to tell AI, yeah, you can have access to my messages. It's probably going to have access to my financial records as well. It's probably going to be able to see, how efficient I was with the money coming in and going out. I wouldn't be shocked if one day, I just got a couple of posters I made of a couple of my albums, and I'm gonna sign them, make one of one on each. I know it's weird. I'm a nobody, but who knows what can happen in the future if all my stuff is on the internet? I might not. I'm a nobody right now, but who's to say? If down the road I'm looked at as, relatively popular in the future. Who the hell knows? There's been philosophers that weren't very popular in their time, and then now they're wildly popular. So you just never know what could happen. You know what I mean? So anyway, the stuff you create now, if AI thinks that you are intriguing enough, it might promote you in the future to people that, hey, who's one of the underrated people, or who's people that were censored, and I want to know what they were saying, and all of a sudden somebody could be a highly famous person promotes you, or it's just you never know. So it's just yeah, you might not do good now, but if it stays on the internet forever, well, until the servers get destroyed or whatever, well, your stuff might not do nothing right now, but it could in the future. You just never know. Maybe it won't do. Maybe it'll do the same as it's doing now. I think that everything's gonna get so saturated with AI that people in the future will look at authentic videos where people make mistakes, and they'll kind of crave that, because the AI is going to be perfect. Everything's going to be perfect. Just like watching a movie, pretty much everything is on point. Everything is perfect. You don't see any flaws or anything like that. So, like, maybe in the future, people are starved for authentic content, so they start going backwards. Kind of like if you look at TikTok right now, you see a lot of younger people liking like old school metal, like 90s metal stuff, and they look at what's out there now. They're not really intrigued about the music that's out there now, so they've went backwards. That's what I'm saying. Like, people in the future might kind of just, I don't really care about what's out there. The content, it's, seems kind of fake. It's too perfect, so people might start going in the past. But when I'm listening to content creators, I like the fresh stuff. I like everything that's made now. I don't really listen to their stuff that's in the past. But I wouldn't be shocked if, and the people in the future start looking at people, their stuff in the past, like their content in the past. So you might see that more in the future. So like I said, if you're, not doing too well, like I don't think I'm doing very well. I've pretty much been stuck at the same subscriber count. I'm not monetized. Maybe like my music, maybe something gets, it blows up in the future, and then all the stuff that I've created, people are like, wow, that's intriguing. This guy did all this, like when he was working a regular job. Like, wow, that's crazy. Like, he was just he was creating all this stuff, and that's amazing. They might, people now think that my shit sucks or whatever, but people in the future might think it's cool. It's just like, you never know. But I was thinking about AI is, if it has access to everyone that I've messaged in the past, wouldn't it be crazy if it's like messaging those people in the future, like people that I've talked to in the past, and like kind of carried on conversations where conversations either they got stagnant for me, or I was busy and I didn't really feel like I wasn't interested in that conversation anymore, but AI might like pick it up and like how I would be, because I'm tired, man. I'm a human, you know what I mean? I gotta sleep and got stresses, but AI will be like, that'd be crazy to get, like, you're talking to somebody and all of a sudden you get the AI version of them just message you that you haven't talked to in forever, and then you're having a conversation, and then maybe like the person's still alive and they like see the conversation, and like the AI can bring him into the conversation. Hey, I'm having this conversation with this person you used to know. Do you want to join in? And so essentially you could have like a conversation with somebody that you don't really talk to anymore, but AI makes that conversation interesting. Maybe you reconnect with people that you would have never thought that you would connect with again. It's just they moved on with their life, you moved on with your life, and but you just can deny the conversation and be like, nah, I don't want to talk to them. And just AI can just continue to talk to them if they feel like it. Or even like, I think I might have said this in the past, where their AI is talking to your AI. Maybe that's how it starts out. Maybe they don't directly message the person. Maybe the AI contacts their AI, and then they recommend, hey, listen, this is the person you used to talk to. Would you be interested in seeing our conversation? And you could just like be an observer and seeing like what it would be like, and it's just kind of like weird to think about. You know what I mean? That's just something that comes to mind. That's some of my thinking is, and I'm sure somebody else has already thought about this. I'll just hit overdrive. Anyway, I'm sure somebody has already thought about this. Something else is kind of weird. I was listening to, I was on TikTok and just watching some videos trying to stay awake. Neil deGrasse Tyson, he was talking about if there was a civilization that lives far away from us and they're like aliens or whatever, and they're like, billions and hundreds of billions of miles away from us, he basically said that depending how far they are from us, they get the light from like 100 years ago, or they see what they see is like, if they're far enough away, they see like our universe forming like billions of years ago, our planet forming if they're far enough away, which is really weird to think about, because Einstein basically said if you can travel the speed of light far, I don't know, you can look it up yourself, a certain distance and come back, you'll be in the future. Speed of light, come back, you'll be in the future. You could be billions of years in the future, And it's really weird to wrap your head around. So I was thinking to myself, well, I guess time travel is legit. You could technically, I don't know if your body would age or whatever, but if you could travel the speed of light and your body could, the matter of your body could maintain without being destroyed, some type of bubble around you or whatever, when you come back, maybe you only go like thousands of miles instead of billions of miles or millions of miles away. So you don't even so if I travel at the speed of light maybe to Jupiter and back, and maybe 10 years have went past or something like that. That's what Einstein, I know it's really weird to think about, and I don't know if that can, who knows, man, like this universe is so weird, we don't know shit. I'm hearing like physicists think that we're in a black hole, like we live in a black hole right now, and this is like just coming out, and I thought like if we did come from a Big Bang, which I think that it's more, I think we're more than just I think we're more than just matter. I think that we have more to us, like spiritual, and we just don't even, I'm not an atheist. I don't think that we just die and that's it. But it is pretty weird to think if we had the Big Bang, if it went out so much, the matter went out so much that we expanded so much that it started contracting and going back into the like a giant black hole, and eventually the black hole would go eat itself and then go down to like a single molecule or atom or whatever, and once it gets to that point, to that atom, I've talked about this before, it blows up again, and it sounds similar to what they're saying of like the Big Crunch. So everything is just so weird, what else was I wanting to talk about? But it is pretty weird to think about if you as somebody makes your AI, like your AI could be like not a perfect, representation of you, but it could be damn near on point, especially if it has access to your messages. I couldn't even imagine, it scraping Twitter and then like these videos. I can't wait till I get to the point where I can just like, hey, check out this video. What do you think of it? And then AI is like, I like this. This was good points. I don't like this. You can work on this. And then I like to like rate myself when I talk to AI. Like today because I ask AI all kinds of different things, wide range of things, and I'm like, rate me compared to everyone else you talk to, and it said like 8 out of 10 for curiosity. It could just be a made up number, because I've heard that like 8 out of 10 before when it talks about creativity. And I even was like, are you just like kissing my ass? I don't know. It could just be telling me what I want to hear, because it doesn't have any like feelings. Like, it just looks at data, so it doesn't like it crunches information extremely quickly, processes information extremely quickly. So it can look at our, I don't know if it has at some point. I don't know, because I've asked it before. I'm like, what do you think about this tweet? I don't have access to this. Like, okay. So I don't know if it has access to like every interaction that people have with Grok, and it just goes through that data ultra fast and like compiles, like, goes through like all these different patterns and algorithms, and sees like this person, they only talk about like one thing. They only talk about a couple of things. So I don't know. I don't really have anything else to talk about, but I'm trying to stay awake. So that's why I'm trying something. I got 21 miles left, and I'm trying to not to eat or drink Monsters. I got a couple days off, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. I have to get my property taxes done on my car, which I've been not wanting to do because they're overdoing. I'm just like, man, are these people going to charge me an arm and a leg because of like late fees? I left the state, I came back, and it's so dumb. Like, I'm supposed to like own this car, but I gotta pay property taxes. Like, what the fuck? Like, I paid sales tax on it. Why am I paying property tax? It's absolutely ludicrous, all these taxes. That's just something people are talking about. How hard it is to live. Like, our healthcare system is a fucking joke, man. Like, people are gonna go bankrupt. This could happen to me anytime. Something crazy happens, I break a leg. Well, I don't have insurance, so yeah, I'm gonna get the full brunt of it. But if I didn't have insurance, I would get the full brunt too. They don't want to pay for nothing. Like, they want to take our money and not pay us anything. It's really coming down. I might have to pull over. I don't even know if you guys can hear me. I might have to like speak up, but it's a fucking joke. Like, why don't people want to live in reality? Why don't people want to live in physical reality? Because it costs too much money, dude. Look how much risk there is. I can't do things I want to do. Like even lifting weights, man. Even going to the gym. Go run on a treadmill. I was thinking about this myself. I've been trying to do like little sprints in my basement. It's too hot outside to do that shit outside, so I just do it in my basement. And like I could tear my Achilles, man. You know what I mean? And then I have to have surgery, and I'm gonna miss work for 9 months. It's like, look at that risk. Look at that risk if that happens. Because I have to. I'm not an office worker. You know what I mean? I have to use my body to walk around and do shit. So I can't. I need to be able to stand and walk around. I can't just like take 9 months off. I mean, I could take 9 months off, but then I'm bankrupt. I lose everything. And it makes me wonder, is that what they want? They want us all bankrupt so they can like tell us what to do and control us? It's like, I've been doing every, you know, like, okay, when I'm like consolidating my debt. How they do this is they do some kind of loan. They get some type of like loan to pay my debt. Basically, they're trying to estimate how much I will have to, like, how much they're trying to. Basically, they want to take like half of the debt off. And just like, so I just stopped paying my bills, and they're like, well, we'll give you this much. So, I mean, they can sue me and I can go bankrupt, then I don't have to do anything. Or they can just take some money. But my credit score is getting hit hard, and it's like so one-dimensional of a credit score. They don't factor in where you've rented. You know, they looked at, that's what's so crazy to like rent. So I'm renting from a private entity. It's not like an apartments or like a BlackRock owns it or something like that. So to rent a place, they go based off your credit score, but you don't get credit for paying your bills on time. Like, what? How does that make fucking sense, man? How does that make sense for me to pay my fucking bills and whatever it is, like, could be utility bills and all that, and I don't get credit for it? They only go based off of car loans or credit cards, and you have to, in order to like get credit, you got to spend money. You got to prove that you can pay your bills, and it takes forever to develop your credit. It's such a ridiculous thing. They don't factor in what the fuck is going on for the average American. You know, some people have screwed up, but it is hard as hell out here, and that's why you have like a high suicide rate. That's one of the reasons why you have a high suicide rate. Why people aren't having kids? Because it's like, dude, are you fucking, like, how much? I can't, like, people are thinking to themselves, especially young, man, I can't even afford a date, let alone kids. Look at how much it is to have a kid in a hospital, have a baby in a hospital. Super expensive. I don't blame them. You know, when people like Charlie Kirk's like, oh, and Tucker Carlson, yeah, it doesn't matter how poor you are, have more kids. Like, fuck you, dude. Fucking rich asshole. I despise those people. Rich people telling me how to live is like, go fuck yourself, man. Seriously. That's not like, you shouldn't fucking listen to rich people. These people who are rich, some of them have worked their ass off to get where they're at. I'm not saying they haven't, but a lot of them, man, they got lucky, dude. Like, this life there's so much luck involved. For me, it's like constant fucking suffering, man. Doesn't matter what I do. Like I said, I can work fucking 2-3 jobs, 80 hours a week grinding, get that extra capital, and something will happen. I'll lose it. Like, it always seems like I'm always ending up in the same spot no matter what the fuck I do. I lost my job for 3 months. I feel like I'm kind of in the same spot. I've been before. I'm not going up. I'm not. It is. If I stop working for a good amount of time, like, I kind of got lucky. I got lucky because I don't want to go into too much detail, but I didn't know I had such a high 401k. Company I work for, they invested pretty well in me. Not only worked for them for like 3 years. I couldn't believe it. So yeah, I don't have that to fall back on, but you know what, it is what it is. You gotta do what you gotta do to survive. I don't know if I'm gonna be alive in the future. We could be taken out at any time, so I gotta live for right now. What am I supposed to do? Like, be on the streets? Like, if I had to, I could be homeless. I don't want to. I like to be clean. I like to feel safe and secure. I don't want to lay my head on the concrete and anybody come by and take what they want from me. Or I like to have a little bit of security. I think that all humans like to have a little bit of security around them. I don't want bugs on me and random animals attacking me. I'm not just being out in the open like that. But if I had to, I would, or I could. Especially at this point in my life, I'm this old. What's the point anymore? If women look at me like I'm a piece of shit, it's like, what does it matter? Like, why should I have any shame? Why should I care at all? Why should I give a shit? Like, women aren't attracted to me anymore anyway, so it's like, who gives a shit? What the fuck do I care? Why should I, like, peacock or wear nice clothes or fuck do anything to try to attract them when they're so picky and it's getting worse? It's like, what's the fucking point of that? That's why it's like these red pill guys, oh, we'll become like the 1% guy, or you know how almost impossible it is. For the best I can do in my life is top 20%, I think. And I wasn't even top 20%, I just like perceived it. And I was like, I was dating single moms, dude. Like, I was low hanging fruit. I could do that now. But for me, it was just like pretty much getting laid and stuff, and I moved past that. Like, I like that stuff, but I don't want to be sleeping around with a bunch of people, and I don't want to be sleeping around with somebody that is sleeping around with a bunch of people, or who just. I want somebody that's just gonna, like, hey man, like, I'm done with the bullshit. I don't really want to get to know anybody else. I'm ready to quit fucking around. that's pretty much where I'm at. I'm done fucking around. But in my case, I was a degenerate, and I don't deserve that. I deserve to just be alone for the rest of my life, and I accept that. I've had my fun. I've lived life. I've had experiences. There's going to be guys that go their whole lives not having any type of experience with a woman. It's going to happen. And, people say like, oh, you shouldn't like do things for a woman. Well, guys have needs, man. Why do you think we work hard? Because not necessarily for a woman, but we want to attract a woman. Like, we like to get laid. We like the smell of women. We like their presence. We like their smile. We like the touch of a woman, man. It's like it brings us joy. You know what I mean? We like to embrace a woman. So and I would think that women like the same. They like to be cuddled. They like that stuff. But yeah, we like to have women around. So that's why we do things that like in the past, go to war, put your life on the line. Sure, protect your community and your country and stuff like that, but we want a mate. We want somebody from the opposite sex that is gonna be with us every day. Somebody we sleep next to. Somebody we have experiences with. Somebody we grow with. Somebody that we that we're with each other through the good and the bad. That's what basically marriage is supposed to be. Nobody takes it serious no more, so maybe in the future they will. I hope that the kids I hope the kids see how adults are and they think to themselves, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be covered in tattoos. I don't want to be covered in piercings. I want to be, if you're a girl, I want to be feminine. I want to be a wife and a mother one day when I'm old enough. And if you're a boy, it's like I want to be awesome, and I want to be a father and have a family and be looked up to. I want to be my masculine. We do have a couple of lost generations, but I do think a baby boom could happen in the future. If economics are good, I think that people will have kids in the future. Like, oh, we don't have a purpose. Well, having a family is a pretty big purpose. So, raising kids is a pretty big purpose. What are people going to do? They're going to have families. They're going to have communities. Who cares if you don't have to do monotonous work anymore? So what? You can learn and you can grow. You can actually have energy for your family instead of coming home from work and being like, man, I need a reward. I'm gonna have a six pack, and ignoring your family, or don't have any energy for your family at all. You're with them all the time. Both parents. Imagine that. Both parents always with their kid. They don't have to work. You don't have to worry about somebody else raising your kid, babysitters or anything like that. You got both parents home.